If you hear a baby crying in the woods at night, don't follow it. That's what my dad told me before he disappeared. I thought he was joking. I was 17, invincible, and sure that monsters weren't real. Then I heard the crying for myself. It was thin, distant, too perfect to be real. A baby, in the middle of dense Oregon forest, at 2:14 a.m.? I thought maybe it was a fox or some prank. Still, curiosity clawed at me until I grabbed my flashlight and stepped outside. The sound came from beyond the tree line, past the old deer trail. I paused at the edge of the woods. My dad's warning echoed in my head. If you hear a baby cry, go inside. Lock the doors. I didn't listen. I stepped forward. Each crunch of dead leaves underfoot made me flinch. The deeper I walked, the louder the crying got, but something was wrong. It didn't move. It stayed the exact same distance, no matter how far I went. Too consistent. Too clean. The crying looped. Same tone, same pause, same pitch. Over and over, like a recording. A bad one. It sent a chill through my spine. I raised the flashlight. My beam landed on a tree, tall, blackened, and clawed. Something had scraped it deep. That's when I saw them. Footprints. Small ones. Bare. But there were too many. Dozens. They circled the tree, erratic like dancing. All the while, the crying continued, mechanical and maddening, bouncing between the trees. I turned to leave. The crying stopped. Silence fell like a guillotine. Then I heard another sound, right behind me. A breath, raspy and low. Not human. I ran, crashing through branches, knowing I'd just broken my dad's only rule. I didn't look back. I didn't dare. The thing chasing me didn't crash or stumble. It glided. I could hear it, right behind me. The sound of dry branches cracking without weight. A whisper riding the wind, mimicking my footsteps a second too late. My lungs burned. My legs ached. But something primal kept me going. I tore through brush and thorns, barely feeling them slice my arms. The forest didn't feel like home anymore. It felt alive. Watching. Breathing. Waiting for me to fall. I made it to the clearing, where the moonlight spilled like water. The silence hit again. Deafening. My chest heaved. My flashlight flickered, then died. And that's when I heard it again, the baby's cry. Only now, it was right in front of me. I froze. There, at the center of the clearing, was a figure. Small. Still. Not a baby. A child. Maybe 7 years old. Naked. Pale. Its eyes were pitch black, reflecting no light. Its mouth moved, but the cry came from its chest, not its lips. It tilted its head, twitching like a broken doll. Then it took a step toward me. The crying grew louder, warped and glitchy, like audio tearing in half. I wanted to scream, but nothing came out. My voice was stuck somewhere below my heart. Suddenly, it stopped. The child thing turned its head sharply to the side, as if listening. Then it whispered something I'll never forget. Another one. From the trees behind me, dozens of whispers answered. I was surrounded. It was a trap. Then, nothing. I woke up on my front porch, face down in the dirt, bleeding from the arms and legs. My flashlight lay beside me. The batteries were melted. My dad's old jacket was gone. And so was the voice that told me not to follow the crying. I didn't tell anyone. Who would believe me? I said I tripped on a hike. My mom cried. The sheriff shrugged. But that night, I checked the batteries in the flashlight. Burnt to ash. That doesn't happen. Not from cold. Not from panic. Something unnatural did this. I started hearing it again. Every night at the same time, 2:14 a.m. The baby's cry, distant at first. I'd turn on music, bury my head under pillows, even scream. But the cry always came through. Louder, clearer, and closer. One night, I pressed my phone to the window, recording the sound. In the morning, I played it back. Static. Then a whisper. My name. Over and over. My full name. No one outside my family knew my middle name. Not even my friends. I decided to check the woods during daylight. Just once. Just to prove it was real. Maybe find tracks. But when I stepped into the clearing, it was gone. No clawed tree. No footprints. Just grass. Smooth. Untouched. Like nothing ever happened. But I wasn't alone. Something moved behind me. I spun around, but saw only trees. Then a voice. A kid's. It whispered from the branches. You came back. Leaves rustled above. A shape darted through the canopy. Fast. Wrong. Like a shadow without a body. I ran again. But this time, the forest didn't let me go easily. Branches caught my jacket. Roots rose from the ground like they were reaching. I made it out, barely, and slammed the door behind me. And that's when I saw the front porch. On the steps was a small footprint. Bare. Wet. Right where I'd woken up the first time. Next to it, placed carefully, was my dad's old jacket. Folded. Clean. And on top of it, written in pine needles, "It's your turn now." I didn't touch the jacket. I kicked it off the porch with a shovel and watched it burn. The fire crackled normal, until the sleeves started to move. They curled in on themselves, like arms folding into a hug. Then the flames turned green. I ran inside. I nailed my windows shut. I stuffed towels under doors. I kept lights on every night. But still, the crying came. Now at 2:13 a.m. A minute earlier. Every night. The timestamp changed, like something counting down. Like it was getting closer. My phone died each time the crying started. Dead battery, even if it was full. I bought backup chargers, even a generator. But at 2:13, everything shut off. Lights. Heat. Power. Like the house itself went still, waiting for something to enter. I started seeing things in the corners. Little blurs. Quick movements. Reflections that didn't match. I covered the mirrors, but one night I caught a glimpse. My reflection stayed smiling after I stopped. I haven't looked into glass since. I called my cousin, asked him to stay over. He thought I was having a breakdown. But at 2:13 a.m., he sat straight up, pale as paper. "Did you hear that?" he whispered. I nodded. "Why does it sound like it's under the floor?" We checked the basement. Empty. Cold. But the sound was louder. Crying, but wrong. It started to sound like my voice. Like a baby version of me. "Make it stop," my cousin said. But we couldn't. We left. He never came back. Won't return my calls. I'm alone now. And the timestamp's still changing. 2:12, then 2:11. I don't know what happens when it hits 0, but I think it's soon. The crying doesn't scare me anymore. What scares me is, I think I'm starting to understand the words it's saying. The voice, it's learning. Every night it gets clearer. Less like crying, more like talking through broken teeth. It mimics my mom now. "Come outside." It even knocked once. Just one knock. Not on the door. From the attic. I live alone. I finally opened the attic. Dust, boxes, nothing else. But in the far corner, someone had carved into the wood. Scratched with a nail, he fed them. Beneath it, a date, years ago. The day my dad vanished. My legs nearly gave out. There was something wrapped in flannel near the message. I thought it was a rat, but it was a jawbone. Small, child-sized, with tiny teeth. Still bloody, still warm. I dropped it and fell down the attic ladder, blacking out halfway down. When I woke up, I was in my bed. Door locked. No blood. No attic key in sight. Like it never happened. Except now, every mirror in the house shows a different reflection. Not of me, of the thing I saw in the clearing. It smiles wider every night. I tried moving out. Packed a bag, got in my car, but the road looped. GPS froze. After 10 minutes of driving, I was back at my house. Porch light flickering. Front door open. Something had been expecting me to try, and now it was inside. I heard footsteps upstairs. Slow. Deliberate. I locked myself in the bathroom. Whispering came from the drain. My own voice. Begging me to stop. Not from fear. From pain. "It hurts," it said. "Why do you let them use your face?" Now I barely sleep. When I do, I dream of the clearing. The clawed tree. The child with black eyes. But last night, I saw something new. My dad. Standing behind it. Smiling. Not forced. Calm. He whispered, "One more, and you're free." I haven't left the house in 3 days. My food's running low. Lights flicker even during the day now. The shadows stretch wrong, longer than they should. One of them moves on its own. It's not mine. It paces the hallway outside my room at night. Last night, I found my phone turned on. Camera recording. I didn't start it. The video showed me, asleep. But I wasn't alone. Something knelt by my bed, head tilted, whispering into my ear. I watched myself nod, smiling, like I agreed. I went to delete the video, but it wouldn't erase. Every time I tried, it copied itself. Now there are 13 files, each named after a different night, going back weeks. I checked the first. I'm not even in my bed. Just the thing. Watching. The timestamp hit 2 a.m. tonight. Earlier than ever. I know what's coming. I can feel it. Under the floor, inside the walls, behind my eyes. Sometimes I catch myself humming the cry now. Not out loud. Just in my head. Like a lullaby. I saw a post on Reddit last night. Same story, different town. A girl heard crying in the woods. She followed it. Her brother found her a week later, barefoot, rocking back and forth. She wouldn't talk, just whisper, "He's waiting in the tree." I called the sheriff, told him everything. He was silent for a long time. Then he said, "Your dad told me the same thing," before he walked into the woods. Then he hung up. 10 minutes later, someone knocked on my door. But no one was there. This morning, I saw something new outside. The clearing. It's closer. I shouldn't be able to see it from my window, but it's there. The blackened tree. The footprints. Something standing beneath it. Watching me. Waiting. And smiling. I don't remember falling asleep, but I woke up outside. In the woods. Right at the edge of the clearing. Barefoot. Shirtless. My feet were bleeding, but I didn't feel pain. I felt calm. Like I'd done this before. Like I belonged there. The child stood under the tree. Eyes black, face empty. Beside it, my dad. Still smiling. They both pointed to the ground. There, a shallow hole waited. A place for someone. A place shaped like me. My legs moved on their own. I didn't resist. Then I saw them. Dozens of others, standing in the trees. Pale. Hollow-eyed. Silent. Watching. Some looked familiar. Neighbors. A teacher. A cousin. People who'd vanished years ago. They weren't dead. They were waiting. The child stepped aside. My dad spoke, voice flat. "You've heard it now. That means you choose." I tried to speak, to ask what he meant, but my mouth wouldn't move. My voice was gone. Only the cry came out. My cry, from deep inside me. He walked forward, jacket in hand. "My old one." He placed it on my shoulders. "You bring the next," he whispered. "And you walk free." My hands burned as I took it. The others nodded. The child smiled. The tree creaked. I didn't run. I woke up in my bed again. Fully clothed. No blood. No dirt. Just the jacket folded neatly beside me. My phone showed a new video. This one recorded while I slept. It ended with me standing over my bed, watching myself. Eyes pitch black. Now the crying stopped. But I hear footsteps at night. Not outside. Inside. Pacing. Waiting. I haven't left the house in days, but I know I will. Someone else will hear it. Someone curious. And when they do, I'll be there, in the trees, smiling. If this story gave you chills, drop a comment below. Tell me what freaked you out the most, and what you want to see in the next video. Your ideas might just become the next nightmare.